All right, listen, they were warned about almost everything and they ignored it. For years, we have been saying, if you keep electing people who treat government like a reality show, this is where it leads, and we are now here. Now, I'm not just talking about Donald Trump's fecal dump AI videos that he posted in a tizzy after 7 million people came out to protest him on the second No Kings, but that is certainly part of it. But we warned them about climate change. Scientists said, deregulate, drill, ignore renewables, you're going to see catastrophic consequences. Trump said it's a hoax. He pulled out of the Paris Agreement, rolled back protections, and now we're seeing heat waves, intense hurricanes, wildfires burning for months. Insurance companies are pulling out of Florida, some out of California, because the math just doesn't work when you rebuild the same areas over and over again. They were warned and they ignored it. We warned them about the economy as well. You can't just go around giving permanent tax cuts to the wealthy, imposing massive tariffs, deporting huge portions of the workforce without consequences. The economists knew it. They said, oh, this is going to disrupt supply chains. This is going to drive up costs. Trump said, no, the tariffs are paid by China and it's going to go so well, we're going to win. Well, the prices are going up. Farms can't find workers. Construction projects are stalled. The wealth gap is wider than the Gilded Age. They were warned and they ignored it. Now, we warned them about healthcare. When Trump tried to repeal the Affordable Care Act without a replacement back in 2017, we found that this was going to lead to 20 to 30 million people losing care. When red states rejected the Medicaid expansion, we said people are going to suffer. They said you're fear-mongering. And now we've got rural hospitals closing at record rates, medical debt as a leading reason for cause of bankruptcy, and potentially even more people losing health insurance. And remember, it ends up with people going to the ER for primary care. We all still end up paying for it. People are rationing insulin, doing GoFundMes for cancer treatments in one of the richest countries in the world. Can you think of a bigger moral failing in addition to kids going to bed hungry? I mean, just absolutely unacceptable. Can you think of a bigger failing than a country as rich as the United States having GoFundMe campaigns for people's cancer treatment? We warned them and they ignored it. We warned them about education. You can't demonize teachers, defund public schools, ban books, inject culture war politics into classrooms and expect it to go well. And we've got teacher shortages plaguing states where educators can't even afford rent. Students are falling behind. Schools in Florida want to teach that slavery had some beneficial aspects. And the education system in red states is hemorrhaging talent. Once again, we've been warning them. They ignored it, and now the problems are here. Democratic norms. We said, when Trump refused to accept the 2020 election, when January 6th happened, when he discussed using justice against his political opponents, by that I mean the Department of Justice, we said this erodes democracy. And there were some people who said, oh, you guys are always screaming about something, you're overreacting. And now we have a president talking openly about prosecuting enemies, actually doing it with certain people, John Bolton and others, treating the rule of law as optional and using the Department of Justice under Pam Bondi to be his personal bully to get back at people he thinks have wronged him. We warned them and they ignored it. And then we get to political violence. When rhetoric becomes about enemies within and retribution, the way it's been increasingly under Trump for a decade, it creates a dangerous situation in the real world. And now political violence is a major issue. Threats against election workers are a new thing we've seen over the last couple of cycles. Every election feels existential rather than a policy debate because the stakes have gotten so high. And overwhelmingly, the political violence comes from the right. We warned them and they ignored it. Now, here is the worst, maybe the worst part of all of this. They're still ignoring it. There are some MAGAs questioning. We've talked about it. You're welcome to change your mind and come join us. But big picture, they are still ignoring it. Every failure becomes someone else's fault. The tariffs cause rising costs. They blame Biden. It's Biden's fault, it's somebody else's fault. Climate disasters. Oh, they're either acts of God or nothing we need to worry about because it's cyclical and something I heard on a Manosphere podcast. The healthcare crisis. Let's blame Obamacare while dismantling it and causing the very problems we claim to be fixing. This is what happens when denial runs a country. Truth becomes negotiable, facts become a matter of opinion, and power really becomes the only goal. So we were not crying wolf. We were describing the playbook as it unfolded. A lot of that playbook is literally out of Project 2025, and they've done about half of it already. So we are beyond the warning phase. We are beyond the prediction phase. It's your grocery bill. It's here. It's your insurance premium. It's your kids' underfunded school. It's your skepticism that the next election is actually going to be carried out freely and fairly. So this is not really an I told you so. This is we knew these things would happen, and a lot of people either didn't believe it or didn't care, and that's what we need to revisit here. We are all paying the price for it. Is it going to make a difference to MAGA, or are they going to keep doing everything they can to just cash grab everything they can while they still have the power? I lean towards the latter. Let me know what you think.